Our first guest tonight is an Academy Award and Tony-nominated actor, writer, and director you know from films such as Training Day, First Reformed, Boyhood, Dead Poets Society, and the Before trilogy. He stars in Blue Moon, which is in theaters now. Let's take a look.
So, you up for that? You feeling healthy? Is that something you could take seriously?
Yeah, no, I'm on the wagon, Dick. I'm serious. I've been drinking ginger ale all night. Well, except for this second, because this second we have to celebrate. This is the greatest musical in the history of American theater.
No, I'm not drinking with you, Larry.
Okay, all right. Ouija, shoot this, huh?
What? Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Larry, I gotta...
Here, Rogers and Hart, together again.
All right, closer. Come on, closer.
I want 10 copies of that.
Great. Write me a check.
Please welcome back to the show our very good friend Ethan Hawke, everybody! Hi, friend!
Hey, man.
I'm so happy you're here. A lot going on. This movie's fantastic, but also congratulations on Black Phone 2.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. I'm here to scare America.
You're here to scare America.
Get them ready for Halloween. Get them ready, you know.
The Grabber is first of all, it's great. I mean, you didn't even need to read the script. You were like, I'll play a guy named the Grabber.
Yeah, sure, Grabber. At first, I thought it was Donald Trump, but you know, then you know,
I don't need to be in more trouble than I already am.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
No, the Grabber is a part that called to my soul.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I like murdering children.
Yeah.
Something I'm interested in.
And you haven't because you respect the law.
Yeah,
But this is a
lets
movie.
me to play out.
Yeah.
No, I find it absolutely terrifying. Scott Derrickson directed a movie I did called Sinister years ago.
Yeah.
He's kind of taught me what the geometry and math of a good scary movie is.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's
fun.
very, and the nice thing about the Grabber, and obviously it's coming up, is
You keep saying Grabber.
I just like it.
It gives you the creeps.
I do. I love calling you the Grabber.
The Grabber. I know,
But the Grabber is a great mask.
It is a great mask.
And because it's a great mask, we're going to see a lot of Grabbers on Halloween.
He keeps saying it, doesn't he?
I respect the writing of the script. The
Yeah.
name is the
Yes,
Grabber.
Well, the Grabber. It is funny because we have our street is trick or treat mad
Yeah.
in Brooklyn, and I did see a lot of Grabbers. I
Yeah.
also saw a lot of young women dressed as my daughter from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which was kind of.
Yeah, these are a couple.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah, there you. Yeah.
I mean, they're very. It's very funny if you're like, you're never gonna believe what her dad looks like. And then you have two younger girls as well, and you had a very cool weekend as far as their athletic
My
accomplishments.
Kids, well, one's a senior, one's a freshman, so they're for the first time in our lives they're on the same soccer team.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, so it's Clementine is captain of the team, one of the captains, and Indiana's a freshman, but they're playing well together and they've had a hell of a
Were there times where they're on the field together? And
Oh yeah,
that's
it
amazing.
makes parenting. It's a peak experience.
I would imagine, also as somebody who likes watching sports, it must be a peak experience to have two kids on the field at the same time.
First off, it's autumn in New York.
Yeah.
So you're
Right.
outside, and watching them get better and watching them excel and love what they do, it's heaven.
Yeah, it's really great. Congratulations
just
on
is.
that. So, this is a fantastic film. Blue Moon is about someone that I did not know much about. I knew, I knew Rogers and Hart, and I knew Rogers and Hammerstein.
Did you know they were the same Rogers?
I did not.
Yeah, neither did I.
So, what this is about, so Rogers and Hart were this very successful,
Yeah, they were on the cover of Time magazine. They wrote over 1,000 songs together. They were huge. They were the Lennon and McCartney of their era. And this movie takes place on the night that Rogers has his first collaboration with a young gentleman named Oscar Hammerstein.
Right.
Right, who they went on to change musical theater. So it's kind of the equivalent of being with Lennon and McCartney the night they're breaking up. One of them is going to start a band 5 times bigger than the Beatles, and the other one is going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Larry...
It's an incredible historical moment, and I know obviously it's a fictionalized account of what happened, but it really was opening night of Oklahoma.
Yeah, and he really did go. My character really did go. And for those of us that have ever felt those pangs of the green-headed monster of jealousy.
Yeah.
It's like attending your ex-wife's wedding or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's a spiritually evolved man that can do that, and my character's not that spiritually evolved.
No. But he's also lacks the self-awareness, so he keeps thinking he can make it right.
He's gonna make it better.
And there's a lot of, I mean, it's an incredible document of like what happens when, you're jealous of anyone who you also love, right?
He does love him, and he's convinced that if he can just stay sober for this evening, he will convince his old friend that you should really be working with me. That does not happen.
No, and it's really fun to watch every time he approaches. There's like, every time like the door opens a crack for him to have a successful interaction, he really just kind of undercuts it.
And Andrew Scott plays Richard Rogers, and he's brilliant in the movie. And he walks such a fine line. What it's like when you have a friend and you know you have to break up. You can't be friends anymore. And movies have so many romantic breakups, but this is about an artistic breakup, which is different and harder. But you can tell through Andrew's performance that he loves this guy and he wants him to get better. But he just doesn't believe he's going to get better.
It's really something. Now, from the clip, people might be like, my God, Andrew Scott is so tall.
Yeah.
But actually, this was the fact that the guy you're playing, Hart, was 5 feet tall.
Around 5 feet tall, yeah.
And that's a big part of his personality, so you couldn't just pretend like he wasn't.
He's one of those people, he feels like if he stops talking, nobody's going to see him.
Right.
You know, that he's just going to be ignored, so it was a big part of his personality. I personally chose the comb over and the bald spot and stuff like that because I know how much women like that.
Yeah.
So I changed that to just flatter myself.
You did, and this was a practical comb over, like you did.
Oh, I shaved my head and I dyed my hair. You can tell when you see these pictures of Larry Hart, you can tell how badly he's trying to come off like he looks great. And you can tell that when he looks at the mirror, it looks great. He just doesn't know that everybody's looking down on him,
Now, it's an incredible cast. The name are Margot Qualley, Bobby Cannavale. And she's, but this is, and again, this is, so you and one of your most frequent collaborators, oldest friends, Richard
Linklater,
And you guys worked on this, and Richard is not a special effects guy. He wasn't going to CGI you down.
We asked ourselves, look, Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin could figure out how to do this. The history of movies has made men look so much bigger and more powerful than they are, So we could just figure out the right...
So what were some of the tricks? Is it as simple as...
I don't want to give them away.
You don't want to give the tricks away.
All right. I mean, we did everything from, like lowering my seat to digging trenches in the ground.
Yeah.
So I would walk through things. We did every crazy, wacky thing that you could think of. It wasn't just like one trick.
Is it true that you would rehang pictures?
Yeah.
So like to just
and if it was a close-up view, the picture would be here.
Yeah.
And then when I stepped into frame, the picture would go up here. And
that's
it's
unbelievable.
Little gags like that work. But truthfully, I don't want the audience to be thinking about that. I mean, for 5 minutes,
don't.
You can think about it.
I
want you to fall in love with Larry because he's such a beautiful and heartbreaking man, and this story is it captures something really deeply human that I love.
I think there's an interesting thing about it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a way
I found that very
It's a way I say it, and I feel like it's when I'm being insincere.
No, that's the tell. It means I watched this movie last night. It's terrible.
Yeah.
How am I going to say?
I love the whole thing. No, it was the audience sort of sees him for who he is right away. You have to make us fall in love with him and actually root for him. And you had a great amount of empathy, I think, approaching him because when he walks in and says, "I'm not having a drink tonight," like we all know. He is.
Yeah, whenever anybody says that, it doesn't it? That's
very few movies where the character then doesn't have a drink.
Yeah, when he walks into a bar and says, "I'm not drinking," and they say it with the kind of panic like you had when you said interesting.
Yeah.
I have grown up in the theater and in the movie business. I've been at so many of these opening nights, and it is. What's that? There's a great Gore Vidal line. Every time a friend of mine succeeds, a small part of me dies.
Yeah.
We don't want to be that person, but we all understand it. And this one is exaggerated in in a way that most of us haven't had to experience, which is that it's not just Larry Hart that's being left behind, it's an age.
Yeah.
The jazz age is being left behind. The world is changing. It's 1943. Oklahoma is going to change the way musicals are made. And as he says, that musical is nostalgic for a time period that never existed. And we're right in the middle of the war. We're starting to lie to ourselves about who we are and create a national identity. We're seeing ourselves in the third person. And so the movie's symbolic of something more than just Larry's struggle.
It's wonderful, also wonderful, and I do want to just give a quick mention to The Lowdown, which is a show that I highly recommend, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I will say, don't take this the wrong way. Like, you had to transform yourself to play Larry Hart. I feel like your character in The Lowdown,
That's
like
me.
that
Yeah,
basically is
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like, if you hadn't found your way into acting, you would 100% be that guy.
That's exactly what I think. It's a weird year for me. This one part that's the most different from myself I've ever played, and one that feels like I don't know how to say it. It's embarrassing, but that's me. yeah. Or who I want to be or something. I love Lee, and I love that show.
It's a great show, and you're going to stick around. We'll be back with more right after this with Ethan Hawke. Welcome back. We're here with Ethan Hawke. It's so great to talk to you. You got a movie out, a TV show out. You're one of my favorite actors. Is there anything else coming up?
I'm starting rehearsals on a new play.
Oh, that's really exciting. We'd love to see you on stage.
Yeah. And would you mind running lines with me?
What?
Dude, I gotta get
You
ready.
want to run lines to get ready for your
Would you?
play?
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
a little teaser, okay?
Yeah, sure. Oh, so you brought a script?
My name's Ethan Hawke. I always have my script.
Okay, great. All right, well.
That's the way I roll.
Okay, great. All right, perfect.
So we'll start from the top. You play Martha. I'll play Scott.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right, hit it.
The first line's yours.
No, you got I have the first. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
okay,
I'm ready.
great.
Okay. All right. Just give me the line.
Okay. There comes a moment in every.
There comes a moment. There comes a moment. Okay. Yeah. There comes a moment in every. No, I know it.
Yeah.
Just get the line. What's the line?
Mans.
There comes a moment in every man's journey. Wait, don't tell me. There comes a moment in every man's life. There comes a moment. No, I knew that. There comes a moment in every man's life. I knew that. I said that before. I got.
Okay.
Right. I'm ready. There comes a moment in every man's life.
What?
Where?
No.
Where? There comes a moment in every man's life
When?
where.
When?
When?
Yeah.
God. There comes a moment. It's when?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There comes a moment in every man's life when.
When he needs to face himself. You know what? Maybe you just. Do you want to maybe
I'm nervous.
take some
all
more
right, There's
time?
an audience.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
I know it. I know it.
Okay.
All right. Look, I'm an Academy Award-winning actor.
Sure,
You think
okay.
I don't know my
Yeah.
lines? Okay.
Wait. What did you win for?
I'm an Academy Award-nominated actor.
okay.
All right. I mean, it's just like.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I'm a Golden Globe winner.
Right. What did you win that one for?
I'm a Golden Globe nominated actor.
good.
Yeah. Listen, you know what?
Okay,
Let's
great.
just,
Yeah, sure, take a look at it.
If we jump, this scene's just fluff. Let's
sure.
get to the one I'm good at.
Whichever one you want to do is great.
Yeah. Okay, here. This.
Okay, great. You seem a little upset.
No, it's just what you said about the awards and stuff. It's just, no, it's just. I don't care about awards.
Okay.
You know, I don't care.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
But like, I was robbed for Boyhood, and
Yeah.
I mean. Training Day,
Yeah,
did
sure.
I win? No, I didn't win. Before Trilogy, nothing. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like every time I get nominated, I get robbed. It's
Okay.
like, anyway, I don't care. I don't care. But I don't even think about it. But then you mention it, and it like threw me a little bit.
Okay, I'm really
Okay, let's
sorry.
just-
All right.
All right, I know
You want to do the scene? You know the
yeah,
scene?
I know this.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
You got the first one.
I have the first one.
Yep.
This is so. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just get me started.
Okay.
Get me started.
Mom, I miss you.
Right. Obviously. Mom, I miss you.
Do you want the rest of the line?
I am pausing for dramatic effect.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Do you think I don't know what I'm doing?
Okay.
Why are you being like this? You're being really. I know the difference.
Okay.
All right? It's just. All right, just line.
How have things been?
Oh, they're fine, Seth. How you doing?
No, that's,
No, that's
the
the line.
line.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
No.
You said it so realistically. Like it was like, it's just like, it threw me.
Okay.
Obviously, it's so dumb. Mom, I miss you. How have things been?
Yeah, you have more after that. You have
yeah.
like a long monologue. Do you want to just take a look at
No,
it?
I know it.
Okay.
I know it.
Sometimes.
Shut up! Sometimes I walk alone at night, Mom, thinking about Molly and how you used to take us to the carnival. Do you remember that? The glistening yellow lights at night. I remember the lights and how Molly's face was illuminated against them. It was as if the lights illuminated something in her that had always been there but had since been extinguished. I miss her, Mom. I miss her every day.
That's not what's there at all.
I mean, it's got the stuff with the lights.
No, nothing about the lights. There's not even someone named Molly. Like, where did that come from?
You know what? I just ride a wave.
Yeah,
It happens, baby. I mean, I gave it the full honk.
Yeah, you
know?
sure did, buddy. The full honk. We're not going to say no to that. Ethan Hawke, everybody. Blue Moon is in theaters now, and The Lowdown airs Tuesday nights on FX. It is available to stream the next day, and Hulu will be right back with Zadie Smith.